Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't know why people don't know how to just end shows when it's time to end it.
I think that's what it was, man. It was like, and then like what I was saying too was like, bro, damn near every episode, man, had the damn scene transition shit, bro, where they just doing the drone shots of Chicago. I'm like, nigga, y'all doing this too much, man. Like it's the music transition scenes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, like you gotta take some of that out because that's a part of the, you know what I'm saying, like of the run time of the show and shit. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. You got certain shows that go too long, and then certain shows they should have did more. Like All American, I hate to say it because I love All American, but they went too long. They should have ended in six. Then you got Ghost that should have went longer. It ended in four because Ghost probably should have got 5 seasons.
you think book three, well not book three, but book four
Oh
should have
yeah,
got.
Force for sure should have gotten more seasons too. Yes,
Yeah.
Force should have gotten about 5 seasons too. The first season was kind of shaky. It wasn't terrible, but it was it's good enough for me to keep watching, but it's not great, right? And
Yeah.
then season two stepped it up a lot. And then season three, you like, okay, this shit time. And then it just ended. Cause even Joseph admitted this. Joseph was like, I was looking at an interview of him not too long ago, maybe like a month or so ago, and he was saying season one was all right, but then when Gary Lennon stepped in, season two and three, it was like, okay, yeah, now this is it. But
Yeah.
but guess what? I got to throw a shot at Takari again. Joseph Sakura, another one to the list. He said Raising Kanan was the best one. Everybody keeps saying it, bro.
Do y'all really think this season lives up to the first four?
uh, I think it was a pretty damn good season. I think so. I got to see
Yeah.
the conclusion.
Cause a lot of the first three seasons was really the character development. It was so much character development in the first three seasons. Like the last two seasons is like conclusion for real. When you look at it.
Cause like I don't know, maybe it is for me and a lot of people, like I said, that works in the business really respect great writing and character development. Like I really look you love that. And probably that's the reason why my favorite shows is shows that do that really well. You don't have to have a whole lot of action for the show to be good, in my opinion. That's probably another reason why I love All America. All America is not a high action packed show, but it's very well written.
Yeah. That shit got about 8, 9 seasons too, don't it?
Who All American?
Yeah.
But like they should have ended in six. Now.
Yeah.
They kind of dragged it like y'all saying the shot did. But um, it's it's like I said, it's all okay. It's all about character development, great writing, great storylines, stuff like that. That's and Game of Thrones is like the master of that character development. But it got a lot of good action too, though. That's what makes it so great. But the character development on it was like excellent. So many characters. that I don't think I've seen a show where they've had so many characters, but they didn't forget any of them. They actually kept up with all of the characters and gave them all a conclusion. Now, I know they got a lot of slight for how season 8 turned out. It was definitely a step down from the other seasons, but overall, it was an excellent show. So, for the power to be, you said for the power shows, I will say this, and Tyler Perry talked on this. They don't give the black shows the same budgets that they give the white shows. I got to consider that.
Shit, seemed like they threw the goddamn Brinks truck at book 2 though.
Book 2 had book 2. Book 2 was freshly, that's why I keep telling people the reason why the audience was so massive. It was riding the coattail of the original Power. See, the original Power, when it first came out, the budget was kind of small for that too. But it increased tremendously like after season 3 or 4. After 4, it started exploding because that's when Power got really big. And then season 6 budget was pretty goddamn big. So since it's the aftermath of the original Power, and they still had the actors from the original Powers, and they added in a bunch of well-known people to it, they gave them the budget.
Yeah.
Raising Kanan is, even though it's part of the Power franchise, new actors, new writers, and stuff like that, new showrunner, that was looked at to be risky. So they're not going to get the same budget. Because television is one of the biggest risks in when it comes to investors. Investors hate investing into television shows or movies because it flops the most.
Yeah. Fuck around, won't get a return on your investment.
Right. That's what they're thinking about. Sure, book 2 definitely would have made it regardless of the close. I 100% agree. Because they still was riding off the cocktail of the original Power. The clothes and shit like that didn't make the show. But I will say this. If book 2's actors was acting on book 3, you would not get the same thing.
That shit would look like a Tubi movie.
Hell, y'all seen when Manuel came up here and said what he said. He didn't give a fuck. He said he couldn't watch book 2. Because it really ain't no. I know the only one that kind of gets pushed back, folks. They don't really like Mackay as an actor, but outside of him, all of the actors are really good, and I don't think he's bad. I think he's come a long way throughout the series.
He's gracefully grown into that character, man. Like, it's gonna be hard to see him in other shit. Which I mean, I know he's gonna be able to do other shit, but
what was your favorite Marvin saying in Raising Kanan after 5 seasons? When he beat Kanan ass. That's an easy one. That nigga beat the shit out of Kanan. But yeah, another one, Snowfall. Same thing. Excellent character development. great acting. They had action and stuff like that. Like Snowfall and Raising Kanan is very simple. Obviously, bodies dropped and stuff like that, but it wasn't every show shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up, shoot. I mean, every episode shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up. You know, that wasn't happening every episode because that's not what makes the show. You got to be, the characters need to be relatable. How realistic it is matters, like what she's saying. And, you know, the shit just needs to make sense. Like, I know Snowfall kind of got some slight towards its ending as well, but I think it did make sense, in my opinion. Because frankly, you know, got the taste of being rich for so long, and to see him go to the bottom and not be able to get back to the top became a jump. And then on top of that, it's genetic because his dad was a drunk. I knew it. I'm starting to understand a little bit more now. A little bit now. You did, did you like it though? That was one of my favorites. Lil ass Benny and his man Pretty was kind of similar to what? What is he talking about right now?
They talking about a show that something they know about, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm confused now. I'm guessing that's not for me. Book 2 has better action scenes than Raising Kanan. The everybody working for Detective Carter storyline was one of the worst I've ever seen. Whoever okayed it needs to be fired. Let me see. Did they have better action scenes? I know Force did. Force had the best action scenes. Like
I don't know.
nobody's
Fucking
Force season 3.
shit. Book two's action scenes were kind of mild. I mean, they weren't like crazy.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. It ain't no really, really great action scenes that happened in season 1. Season 2 with
That was the mecha shit. Yeah, that was probably the most action. If you want to say it's on the better side.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could agree with that. To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm sitting there thinking. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, like, cause, well, I mean, season 4 had a lot of action.
No. I was talking about Takari's state,
Ah, okay.
not yours. I agree. I agree with what you were saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I'm sitting there like, bro, it ain't nothing major that stands out that I can think of.
And judging based off what we got for Raising Kanan action scenes is actually better than book 2's if we want to think about it.
And then one thing's for sure, I don't no Power series, none of the Power franchise had a better stunt scene as far as fighting than Marvin beating Kanan. Nobody had one like that.
This that nigga keep going back to that shit, boy.
It's the truth, bro. I had never seen nothing like it. He whooped the shit out that nigga. That's why I said, bro, it's crazy if y'all think Kanan ain't killing that nigga. That
but
might
if I
let him get away with that.
But if I could think of like some moments like when Marvin when Marvin shot up Unique car, his bulletproof ass car, and his kid was in the car. That was pretty crazy, bro. Like that shit was in broad daylight, nigga. Uh, like, niggas was wild. Uh, shit, but
Shit,
them niggas.
the season 2 shootout once the mob was after them.
Oh yeah, because that shit started at Baisley, and them niggas, that shit went all the way to Rock House. What was that? A sneeze? It sound like somebody just.
Kanan taking out
I
Marvin.
was blowing my nose, man. I'm muted. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my bad.
Hey, Kanan.
I was gonna say bless you if that was a sneeze, my brother. That's why I was asking.
Please tell me some action scenes you were excited about in Raising Kanan. I waited the whole series for Snaps and Pop to get smoked, and it was boring. Well, it was a sneak attack. It was it wasn't no.
Yeah, bro. People getting smoked ain't always gotta be a goddamn
That's what I'd be talking about. Yeah,
a flashing gunfight. And to be perfectly honest with you, the Breeze and Marvin fight, even though it was fast, it was definitely exciting to see. I ain't gonna lie. Because wasn't nobody expecting Breeze to be that wild. So
and that tells me that you could tell by the cuts that they didn't even show them arriving at the scene that they was having budget issues.
yeah.
They did what they could do because you would definitely want to see them arriving to the scene. How did they end up in that shootout instead of just appearing? Oh, the shootout's there,
Yeah.
shit like that, because they didn't have enough time to show all of that. But anyways, though, like I said, Force had the best action. That's my opinion.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
It just didn't have, some of the stuff just didn't make sense as far as the writing, and it got obviously significantly better the second and third season. I think if Force was given 2 more seasons, it could have challenged the other shows, but it only got 3 seasons. But hey, sometimes it be like that though. HP Warriors. Sometimes sometimes you be so careful about all the big dolls and stuff like that's going on. It'd be the smallest things, the smallest fly that get you. Look at Steve Irwin, the damn crocodile hunter. This motherfucker was with crocodiles, alligators, lions, damn near Godzilla, and got taken out by stingray. It happened like that sometimes.
Yeah. I feel where a lot of people are like they might feel like that. I mean, I was gonna be happy however Snaps and Pop went. So it didn't bother me how they went. But sometimes that's kind of like the streets too though. Like when people find out about shit about certain things, like you don't know who gonna make a move on it.
Yeah, a lot of times when it comes to certain shit like that, it's the ones you don't expect.
Yeah.
Get you. Like they didn't know of Jukebox. Like Pop knew who she was, but I'm pretty sure neither one of them thought she would be a threat. That's why they never bothered her.
Yeah.
I think the Marvin kill overshadowed the Snap and Pop kill. Like maybe those should have been in 2 different episodes. But
You're absolutely right. I feel like yeah, yeah, that should have been yeah, they should have done that different.
Yeah, and I agree with that as well. But I would go back to that was a budget issue. If they could have got 10 episodes, I'm pretty sure they would have put it in different episodes. Probably would have put Marvin's death in 9. Snaps and Pop would have been in 8.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole season was a budget issue, man. We're only getting 8 episodes.
That's why I don't be as hard on book 2's last season as everybody, because I understood what it was. They did with what they could. With
Them niggas still had 10 episodes, man.
They did have 10 episodes, yes, but they were told this was going to be the last season, the last minute. So they had to just piece some shit together to end it. So that's why I was like, I'm not going to do them like that. But I must say, I think we got to see how Raising Kanan ends. I think Force, for what they had, did a damn good job with how they ended there, because they figured out last minute too that they shit was this is going to be the last season.
Yeah.
Did I like the ending? Not really, but they did the best of what they could with what they had.
I feel like they would get that pacing together though, because knowing if they would, and I get all of that shit. Like, yeah, it's all a budget issue, but I feel like they would learn from like knowing that Force was on such a short leash. You know what I'm saying? Like Force is ending so abruptly like that they would be able to kind of help that iron out Raising Kanan a little bit more. But I mean, I guess it didn't work out in that right. So because in my like we always say, like the last episode is like the conclusion episode of stuff. So you won't really get nothing too big. You might get more so of like a cliffhanger to build up into something else, like a new show is coming or whatever. But what's gonna happen in this episode is gonna be so, you feel me? It's gonna stand out.
I know you're not implying that Jerome's teacher a man how to squabble saying was better than Marvin beating Kanan ass.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't said that a couple times already.
No. And I love Snowfall. Trust me, I love me some Snowfall, but no. I mean, he just beat the man ass and he hit him one time, the nigga fell. He just beat the hell out of him on the ground. Kanan was getting his ass whooped worse while getting a lecture. He was getting a lecture and an ass whooping. And then it made, to me, what makes it even better, this last episode that we just saw, how he was telling Kanan how he gonna go out, how he's not gonna have anyone. If you can remember when he was beating Kanan up, he was saying, you ain't got no daddy to teach you, so I'm gonna have to put you in the ground. And it goes back to 360. It's telling you that this is the result of Kanan not having a father in his life.
I ain't gonna lie too. Whenever you get your ass whooped and you get the blick pulled out on you at the end of the ass whooping, like nigga, it's about to end right there, nigga. That's a bad ass whooping, nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
It is.
Nigga about to stand over you and end your shit, nigga. That's not a good ass whooping, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Running beating unique ass is up there, but it just, what makes that hit a little different is he used, I guess, because he kind of used a weapon and sucker punched him a little bit with it. And nobody wanted that to happen to Unique. I think what made it so great with Marvin and Kanan is everybody wanted him to do that. And we was all so happy that it finally happened. That's what needed to happen to Tariq. But we didn't get it. Closest thing we got for that to happen to Tariq was what showed what's his name? Nuff. Nuff beat the shit out of Tariq.
Ah, yeah, he beat the shit out of that man.
He was that nigga ass. Did anyone notice how in season 3, when Rock and K was at Snaps and Pop's table, it made it seem like that had the Italians, Stefano, like they was more superior than them. Well, Kanan wasn't at the table when that happened, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. It did seem like they were more superior than Snaps and Pop.
Yeah, like they could tell Stefano what to do.
Yeah, they absolutely made it seem like that was the case. And this season seemed like Stefano was treating Snaps and Pop like they was nothing, basically extorting them, saying, I want a piece of whatever y'all got. Well, I agree with y'all on that. But at the same time, it wasn't like he was extorting them. It was just courtesy. That's the game in general. If you are someone from another territory and you're trying to come and do business, set up shop in my territory, you got to answer to the boss. It's just how it works. It's just like in LA. I know y'all heard about Big U, how
Yeah,
you do that shit, and in Houston you got to deal with Jay Prince and shit like that.
yeah.
It's no different. It's the same shit.
Then you got to check in, man.
And like just like what Style was doing when they was trying to move into Jersey. So even there, if they were like they ain't concerned about him, Stefano. At the same time, he's like, "Hey, this my, I run this territory. You're gonna have to still give me my fee for conducting business." But I definitely feel what you're saying.
All I know is these niggas got us on the hook for stars, bro. Shit's crazy.
I would have rather seen Kanan kill Marvin while he was getting the beat down. That would have been much more shocking. It would have been more shocking.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would have liked to seen that right in that moment.
What Origins? I'm guessing you asking, do I think Origins will surpass Book 3 and Book 2? So